Good morning and welcome to Tuesday's Early Morning Intuitive Guidance. I'm Dr. Bonnie Nussbaum here with some words of wisdom to start your day off well. And we have a very interesting card today. And it comes on the heels of some interesting life events that fit right in with it. Surprise, surprise. So I'll talk a little bit about those as well. First, I'm taking a drink here. I'm dry. Hope you're all off to a good start this morning. There's Miss Jo Neal. Good morning. Good morning. Glad you are here. We'll give everybody a chance to pop on. And in the interim, we can do a little bit of tapping. And yeah, I'm moving slow this morning. I did get into the chiropractor tomorrow, hopefully not tomorrow, and felt so much better. But overnight, I stiffened up. So I think there's a little ice and a little bit of Tylenol in my future this morning. We shall see. What else did I want to tell you about? I think it'll come up as I'm talking through the card with you. Good morning, Abigail. Welcome. Thank you. Appreciate the heart. All right, so let's start with some tapping. Good morning, Nancy. Welcome, welcome, welcome. All the practical rebels rolling in. This is good. So let's start with the side of the hand today. I'm feeling the call for a bit of a reset. Reset for myself, reset for our common energy. As soon as I opened the lid of my computer, it was on my emails, and there's all the emails with all the ain't it terrible, horrible, awful stuff. And yeah, I don't want to. I decided this week was a week where I'm not going to be reading the few things I typically read to stay up on the news. I need a news hiatus. So I figured my birthday week was a great week to do that. Good morning, Beth. Glad you are here. Welcome. All right, let's shift to here. Just grounding, centering, your roots going through down into Mother Earth, helping you feel solid, stable, grounded, and some breath. In through the nose, out through the mouth. In through the nose, out through the mouth. One more nice deep breath. In through the nose, hold at the top, and out. Awesome. Awesome. So today we have the Wild Harmonic deck by Gabriel J. Marihugh. And again, I want to show you the cover of the box. First of all, because the box is just so darn cool. And second of all, because that's such a lovely image. Helping hands all over the place. Good morning, Barb. Welcome. Glad you are here. So this card, when I initially saw it, I thought it was maybe one of the shadow cards because it's very dark, but it's actually the Water of Water card. And it's interesting, as I hold it back here or see it reflected in the screen, I can easily see the two faces. When I was looking at it, I'm like, what am I looking at? But it's basically regarding oneself through the other. So Water of Water, Transceptive Resonance. Transceptive resonance. And the spell checker flagged transceptive. And I thought, that's interesting. So take a breath, open to receiving, let it go, opening up, ready to hear the words that go along with transceptive resonance. I like the hand reaching there too at the bottom, almost like a mirror image. Water of Water, Transceptive Resonance. As the flowing feeling of life meets itself, the sense of self both expands and collapses as divisions come and go. Hear that part again. Good morning, Diane. Glad you are here. Welcome. The sense of self both expands and collapses as divisions come and go. And the image that came to me was watching like one of those old-fashioned taffy machines, winding the taffy around. I'm not sure why, but and it's in that process of the winding, the collapsing, the coming together, the letting go, all the stuff that the taffy truly becomes what it is capable of being. Yumminess. So let's see what the meditation part says. Dissolving boundaries, transpersonal energies, the interpenetration of one another, and finding common ground. There you go, Joe Neal. That one's just for you. Finding common ground. This is a card of connecting through a soul conversation that changes us, revealing our potentials and limitations. I loved that. A soul conversation that changes us. Had one of those, well, multiples of those last night. So one of the members of one of the circles that I belong to called us together to take a look at our governing documents. And is this still where we are? And is this what we are literally doing? Is the work we're doing reflective of what we say we're doing? And she had some doubts about her recent leadership with us. And I reassured her that even the fact that she called that meeting to me said, okay, I'm willing to go deep on this thing, and I'm willing to really dig at what is working and what isn't working, and who are we really, and what is it we're wanting to offer this world, etc. So it was such a refreshing meeting due to her willingness to take a deep dive, and then our willingness to go with her, And I'm struck by kind of reviewing the groups in my life and the people in my life, who's willing to go there and who isn't, either isn't yet or just isn't going to be this lifetime. Maybe take some time and think about that. What are the groups that you have where you truly can be yourself and where you truly can ask the hard questions and get contemplative pause? Yeah, that's a good question. Let me think about that. What about this and what about that? And they're willing to walk that part of the path with you, including when that part of the path is in shadow. Let's look at this shadow stuff about us and decide what we need to learn about it and what we need to do about it. So I'm going to read that line again. I love that line. This is a card of connecting through soul conversation that changes us, revealing our potentials and limitations. Interestingly, I was talking to a client last night also, and she has a friend who's a highly intuitive friend, and was talking about this, how this client messes herself up in a lot of ways by seeing potential in people, but then ignoring the reality. Like she's living into their potential, but she's not allowing what they're doing. Hi, hey Nancy, did I say hi to you? I don't know if I said hi to you. Not allowing what is the reality right now, because we all have unmet potential, and most of us, I'm going to say all of us, have potential that we are never in this lifetime going to meet. And if you are the person who sees someone's potential and lives into that, having especially an intimate relationship with someone's potential, but not the reality of who they are in the moment, that's a problem. That's a problem. So back to this. It is for a moment the one that has become two, wondering at its origins, knowing there is no end to the journey home. There is no end to the journey home. And how often have we elevated the outcome and denigrated the process? What if we switch that around? What if we let go of the outcome and wholeheartedly embraced the process, living the life, the day-to-day stuff? What if? Flowing as a drop in the sea, the drop can lose itself and return again renewed. Standing before another, a deep layer of our invisible being is completely interpenetrating each other, completely intimate in a very real way. It happens just passing on the street. Have you ever walked past people and you kind of do a double take because you've picked up their energy? The CD that I've been listening to on repeat again, because it's a very motivating CD, Joanne Barnes from Mary Kay, a national sales director, talks about the aura of energy we have around us, and be cautious with whose energy you stand in. If you're picking up the ick on your wow, step away. Literally, physically, step away. Put some distance there. Protect your aura. Protect your aura. Allow yourself to shine brightly. You know the people who want to dim your light. Don't allow that. Don't allow that. And I know, easier said than done. Do it anyway. It's in your own highest and best good to protect your own aura. All right? If you take it further, going closer, the vanishing of individuality can go even deeper. This is the ocean of the other which we long to swim in. It takes courage and respect to enter and maturity to come back to shore to find ourself once again. The image that's coming to me now is the birds that fly in a murmur, and they're all soaring together. They become one. They will become an entity together. Are there all individual birds in there? Absolutely. But they're moving as one. They're moving as one. And they're beautiful to watch when they do that. They're just beautiful to watch. How's my back? Not great this morning. It was fabulous after the chiropractor. Now I've stiffened up again. So I need to get moving. I need to drink a bunch of water. I need to probably ice. We'll see. We'll get there. Yes. Thank you for asking. So here's the question, the inquiry question to pose to ourselves and others. How can I open more to the people in my life? And that doesn't mean if you have some not great energy people in your life that you happen to have to open your heart and soul to them completely. No, but it may mean opening more of your own energy into a situation. Let's say there's a meeting, everyone's sitting around the table. You've got those low energy people sitting there. It may mean being willing to become the conduit for more energy, healthier energy, greater energy to move through you into the room, onto the table, into their hearts and souls, whatever. Like you're being the light. You're being the light. But again, what I like about this is the reflective quality of it. So in whom are you seeing yourself reflected? And do you like what you see? And if you do, how can you open to more of that? And if you don't, what are you willing to do about that? Yes, thank you, Abigail. How can I open more to the people in my life? How can I open more? It could be even just talking about this card. She read this really funky card today, and yes, but know that that bubble is semi-permeable. We're not shutting out everything. It's a semi-permeable membrane. So love can come in, love can go out. Think about it that way. Think about it. Maybe it's a very flexible bubble, right? But again, I think right now, right here, right now, as things build to a crescendo in our world, more of us pouring out love into the world and into whomever we cross paths with is such a good thing. Such a good thing. Had lunch with my cousin yesterday, and we were talking about some of the rifts that need to be healed, And the responsibility for that certainly is on those who notice it, certainly is on those who helped create the rift in the first place. And this period of time, I believe, is a healing of a lot of things that came through the lineage. So whether you've had any part in some of the difficulties, the fears, the withdrawing, the beliefs of us versus them, all that stuff, whether you've actively participated in that or just soaked it up from generations believing that, we're the ones who are healing this. Whenever you think about doing something to heal yourself, so I'm just going to pick one. Let's say I do some work on my self-limiting. One of the things I like to do is I like to project it back, that healing on self-limiting, back 7 generations and forward 7 generations. So my healing work benefits the lineage moving back and the lineage moving forward. I like thinking about that. And now that I have a granddaughter, there's 2 generations I can keep in mind literally, literally. And then I think about that, my granddaughter becoming a grandmother, and we're getting out toward that 7th generation, where the healing work that I have done benefits. So think about that. When you're doing your own work, or when you're thinking about, oh, do I have to do this for myself? Yes, and for those who came before you, and for those who are coming after you. Think about it that way. Makes it much easier to step up and do our work. So that's our card for today. Hopefully it gives you something to think about. I just think it's such a cool card. Hope you have an awesome Tuesday. Get out and enjoy some beautiful weather if it's going to be beautiful by you. We'll see you again tomorrow. Remember, you're capable of far more than you think you are. Bye-bye.